Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is May the 25th, 2021, and today the topic is purchased for purpose. Friends, I had an interesting morning this morning. I woke up at the sound of my alarm, but I didn't get out of the bed, so probably like maybe 4:30. Then I kind of lollygagged and whatnot, and this thing I knew it was like almost 5:40, excuse me, 4:45, and I just was like, oh goodness. So I came and start my routine. Now, good morning to whoever's watching me live. But yeah, I said to myself, I was like, man, I might not even do the routine today. So I just had a moment to just woosah, good morning, shade tree. um, but yeah, I just had a moment to woosah, just sat, laid there listening to music, whatnot. Um, And then after maybe like one song, I started to feel a little bit more upbeat. So I was like, well, let me at least do my warm up. So I did my warm up, y'all. That's the only part of my workout routine that I did. I didn't do the stretches part, but I did do the warm up. So that ain't bad, right? And by the time I looked at the time, I was like, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and get into this prayer and meditation. So I decided to do that. It was a good one. Had me reflecting on like well, I'll share it because obviously I don't remember now. I don't remember now because my brain has been engulfed in this whole idea of being purchased for a purpose. So you guys can see on our Instagram when I share that, if the Lord's will, you can see what my prayer meditation was centered around today. But yeah, eventually, so soon after my prayer meditation thing wrapped up, um, the song "I Am Redeemed" came into my mind. I don't know if you know it or not. Maybe you do. Shade Tree, say along with me if you know it. I am redeemed. You know that one? Bought with the price. Jesus has changed my whole life. That one. Anyway, so that song came into my mind, and and then the topic "Purchase with a Purpose." I'm like, all right, okay, that sounds good. Purchase with a purpose, cool. So I get ready. Okay, so I get my phone out and I'm getting ready to start researching it, right? Then I get distracted. I started looking at like I don't watch the news. So whatever the little reports that comes up on the when you get ready to Google or something like that, or when you go into your Chrome on your phone or whatever. Well, that's how mine does. It goes to a homepage and it's telling news reports. So I was looking at some of the news reports, and then I saw one about Airbnb. I know it's like random. So I saw one about Airbnb and I started to read it. And then all of a sudden this gnat comes and flies like right here in my face. Those of you guys that can see me, you see that I'm pointing to my eyes, whatever. Like it like came like right into my eyes, and then it was like I ended up slapping myself, and I was like, ah. I just felt like that came straight from God. Uh, oh, your favorite is thankful. Oh, that's a good one too, right? Yeah, that one. Thankfulness. Is that right? Flowing from my heart. Tell me if that was the right one, Shade Tree. But anyway, yeah, that's a good one. Um, but yeah, so the net came like right in my eyes, and I go to like get it, and I end up slapping myself, and I just felt like that came straight from God. Like that sounds weird, but I felt like that was like that thing to be like, girl, what you supposed to be doing right now? Like, wait a minute, like this is my time, like. And I was like, okay, Lord, okay. You right. So I started to do my little look up what I was supposed to be looking up, which is the Bible verses. But anywho, so I started looking them up. And the first one I came across is, of course, the I guess the um, inspiration for that song. Um, 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 20. It says, or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you were bought with a price. So glorify God in your body. That made me want to go deeper, y'all, right? Because, like I said, any verse that kind of starts off in a way where it's like it seems like it was part of another verse, it makes me want to go and read the whole thing to make sure I didn't miss a part of what it's saying. So I wanted to go deeper. Now, me going deeper led me to actually not only read Corinthians 6, or excuse me, First Corinthians 6, but I also ended up reading First Corinthians 5 as well. So both of those in its entirety is the go deeper sections for today. If you guys want to go ahead and take a look at those on your own, but I'm going to share what stood out to me. Y'all know. So when I was reading First Corinthians 5, the main thing that stood out to me was verses 11 and 13. Paraphrasing it a bit, it pretty much says, if any man that is called a brother be a fornicator or drunkard or a extortioner, with such an one know not to eat. Do not, and then it goes on to say, do not ye judge them that are within, but them that are without God judges. So y'all know how I feel about that whole judgment stuff. You know how that go. Uh, but I mean, it's telling us here that we, judging others within, but God is going to judge the ones that are without. Things like that, and it's telling us to separate ourselves from those that are doing such, right? Fornication, drunkards, extortioners, all these things that it says. That's what stood out to me today. I don't know necessarily why how it ties in with this at this moment, but hey, let's see. So I ended up going forward and going finally into First Corinthians 6, and I noticed that KJV had it set up a little bit differently than the one I just read to you. So I'm going to read you the First Corinthians 6:20 KJV, and it says, for ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify in your body, therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. So that part was not in the other verse that I just read, the which are God's part. But I mean, I guess it stood out to me because I'm like, well, it kind of reminds us who we belong to and and whatnot. So that's one thing that stood out to me. The interesting thing is the verses that stood out to me as I went back to go and write them down for you all. I'm writing them down in reverse. So I started with verse 20 because that stood out to me the most. And I'm going to go to verse 18 because that stood out to me next. It says, flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. Y'all know this verse. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have heard this verse before. It did make me want to go ahead and look up fornication just to make sure I know what it means. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, let me make sure I know what it means. Let me make sure. So I went and looked it up, and it says fornication, sexual intercourse between people not married to each other. Then I also saw, as I was looking, I ended up seeing some more, I guess, ways to go deeper. It says here the Hebrew also means idolatry, worship of heathen idols, which usually includes some type of rituals that deviated sexual intercourse. So yeah, so it also means idolatry in Hebrew, and then in Greek, it's saying generally every kind of extramarital, unlawful, or unnatural sexual intercourse. So yeah, we got some other, I guess what the Hebrew and Greek to go along with the English definition. But the interesting thing is, it made me think about like something I think I probably saw yesterday or over the weekend. It's like when people argue, man, like when people argue about the Bible, right? Then people start talking about, have you read the Hebrew? Have you read the Greek? Have you read the blah, blah? They're saying all this stuff as if they've read it. And if they have, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I read English. I don't know Hebrew and Greek. Now, I'm not saying that there's not a chance that things could be different. Like I just showed you guys a verse. Like I read you guys the verse before, and it didn't say which are God's in the other. I don't even know if you would call it translation, but in the other, I don't know, the KJV versus that other one. I don't even know what version that came from, what the version of the Bible. But the verses don't change just because a couple of words was left off. The verse is saying the same thing. And I feel like that's what it boils down to. I feel like, yeah, there are a lot of different Bibles out there that have been like transcribed and all these different things, but I don't think they're saying different things. This is me. I feel like they're saying the same thing, even if they're saying it a little bit slightly different, but it's still saying the same message. In my humble opinion. Now that's just me. Now, no, I don't think people should change the Bible. No, I don't think like if anybody did change the Bible, and because there's other versions coming out. If you haven't heard about the Queen James Bible, then go and check that out on yourself. And let it marinate on your heart, soul, and mind what you feel God is saying to you about that. But so people are out here changing the Bible. I'm not going to act as if I'm ignorant of that, right? But I don't believe personally that between the Hebrew and the English is so different, or between the Greek and all that. I don't believe that is so different. And for me, one of the reasons is because and I've shared this, and I won't say his name wrong, but I think it's William Tyndale, Tyndale. I believe I shared about him in a previous juice, if I'm getting his name correctly. But at least hearing his story of how, like, when he was translating the Bible into English and how he lost his life over it, I'm pretty sure, like, for me, if I'm going to lose my life over something, it's not going to be something that's like I'm not going to do right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would they take, why? I don't know. I don't know. It just makes you think a little deeper today. At least for me, I'm just like, hey, people lost their lives over trying to translate this so people could read it. Like, I mean, I don't believe, me personally, I don't think that the Hebrew and Greek is so different from the English. Now, how could I know unless I learn Hebrew and Greek? You know what I mean? And same for anybody else. And if I mean, I guess those people that try to argue that, I guess my whole thing would be like, prove it. Prove that it's saying something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Say, like, put it next to each other and show us. But at the end of the day, we'll all still be going off of what you're saying, because if nobody else knows the language that you're talking about, then nobody can sit here and say if you're saying it right or not. So let's not, I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. I don't know why the Lord. Look. I ain't got too much to say about that. But I mean, I would just say it's the same as like when I was dating these people per se. But it was like, I think I've told you guys before, but it goes back to like, when you're having conversations with people in different languages, one of the things that I realized, like, even though, yeah, it may sound beautiful, the things that they're saying, but at the end of the day, if I'm not familiar with that language, then I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what they're telling me. And at the end of the day, I think that's how it is. Like, if so anything in any other language to people that don't understand that language is gibberish. It don't mean nothing. It's like, it's nothing. You know what I mean? You have to know the language in order to read it. So I don't know. That's just a little side note. Sorry, Shade Tree just went off there. But I'm just saying, it just reminded me of this when I was reading, or I came across these examples of what the Hebrew says and what the Greek says about fornication in particular. But then I guess the question is, after that, like, the question I had for myself or whatever as I was writing is like, okay, well, okay, so I see that, we were purchased, right? And then I see that it's saying to us to flee fornication and maybe even flee people that are doing such things and all of this. But what is the purpose, right? What is the purpose that we were purchased? Let me say that again. What was the purpose that we were purchased? And I guess that answer came in verse 2. So check this out. This is 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 2. It says, "Do ye not know that the saints will judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?" That is a question for us today. Hey, you let that marinate on your heart, souls, and minds, y'all. Are we unworthy to judge the smallest matters? And if so, we need to get right so we can be able to do well. Obviously, this purpose here is saying that we're supposed to be judging the world. I know, look, the world don't like to hear that. Don't judge me. But according to this here, it says that the saints shall judge the world. But then saints, it does say something for us as well that hey, we don't want to be unworthy of doing such. And I guess this is our purpose, or one of our purposes, or whatnot. But yeah, just something to think about, y'all. Just something to think about. If I needed some reiteration, or if I needed something to just seal this deal today, I don't know. I came across the Bible verse of today, and that is Galatians 5:25. It says, if we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Facebook, YouTube, Shade Tree. Your girl is all hype. I don't know why, but anywho, yeah, man, that's the juice, man. That's what came a little on me today. Just a little something, I guess I'm gonna put into perspective about like being bought and what the purpose is and all that good stuff. Thank you, Shade Tree. You have a good day as well. I appreciate you tuning in live, man. It's a blessing to um, I guess have somebody interested in catching me live here, man. I mean, like I said, it just turned 6, but it is like 5, 6 in the morning. So I mean, uh, like I said, when I started this thing, I didn't necessarily expect people to, catch me live. I figured they'd just watch it later on in the day or something. But every now and then I see you on here, so I appreciate your Shade Tree. And I thank you for taking out the time to, chat and all those good those things. You didn't tell me if that was the song right. What did I get the song right? Thankful. Let me know. But anyway, I was going to say to you all, I'll give you guys a little heads up on the future. Long story short, this month coming up, which is June, every Friday I have planned to do a live episode of GSL. I'm like, man, why everybody want to go live with me, man? Y'all know I got issues going live. But yeah, every Friday thus far is scheduled for me to go live with some one-on-one interviews. Oh, 3 versions of that song. Oh, so I wasn't singing the right one. Oh man. Okay, well. I thought that was the one. But no, it's all good. But anywho, but yeah, so live episodes of GSL this month. I do have some pre-records that are being edited right now. And then I still got a couple of more that need to be edited. So, well, thank a praise God to have, those. I mean, but yeah, if all of the lives go as scheduled, then that means you guys probably won't see pre-records to July. So that's what's going on with that. Y'all let me know how y'all feel or whatever. Shade Tree, you never did let me know. You one of my consistent folks, so please let me know. What do you think if I take a break on my birthday weekend? That will be from Thursday to Sunday in August, the last weekend in August. You gonna miss me too much, or I need to go ahead and do the juice through my birthday weekend? Let me know. Because that's something that I'm debating about. I'm debating about unplugging and not being on the phone at all. I've never done that since I've gotten a phone that I know of and that I can remember, unless I just didn't have access or something like that. But I do so much on the phone. Like I'm always posting. I'm always doing all these different things. Yes, I'm a Virgo. August 29th. That's my birthday. You ain't answered the question though. If y'all look, I can still do. I mean, it just will be the whole weekend. Let me see, because if we leave out on Thursday, then it'd be like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which are all regular days, and then Sunday, which is usually a break day, and then I'll be coming back on that Monday. So technically, it would be either not doing it all the way through and maybe saving it till. I mean, I could wake up that Monday and do it. Or I could just wait into that Tuesday. You a Capricorn? Oh, you say enjoy your birthday. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh. And one of my good friends is Capricorn. He was one of my best friends. I want to say my mama might be. Is January the 22nd? Is that a Capricorn? I don't know, man. I don't pay too much attention to what's the basis. I stopped paying attention to I don't even know what they call them more. Oh, zodiacs. I stopped paying attention to zodiacs like back in the day. Like back when I was in grade school. Because every year the YM magazine told me I was gonna have a boyfriend and I never did. So I was like, these things ain't accurate. I'm a trip changer, I'm telling you. But anyway, but yeah, so okay, well, okay, well, I might maybe I will go ahead and unplug and enjoy my birthday weekend, as Shade Tree say. I just didn't want to leave y'all hanging, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want y'all to be like, man, she ain't coming back. That's not the plan. I do plan to come on back if the Lord's will, and everything like that. I know that's months away, so that you got some time to mentally prepare. Oh, she's not gonna be there. Um, but anywho, yeah. So that's what's going on with that. Any other announcements? Anything? I don't think so. I don't. I mean, I'll shout out who I'm going to be interviewing this week live. I'll start shouting that out tomorrow if the Lord's will. Um, yeah, nothing too much to report for yesterday. Just was trying to relax, trying to like since my weekend, well, since my Sunday was kind of busy, whatever case was. Um, Yesterday I just tried to kind of woosah a bit while I did like little online tasks, updating the website, everything like that. Yeah, I don't know if you've been on GodSexAndLove.com, Shade Tree, but check us out, GodSexAndLove.com. I did a couple of updates or whatnot. Updated some photos and um, just stuff. Just I mean, if you haven't been on there or if you have, I don't know. But yeah, so that's what I was working on yesterday. Still working on some little ideas, trying to, praying for a breakthrough. You know how that goes. If I can get some funds coming back in or whatever, then y'all can see more from your girl. That's the plan. That's what I'm hoping and praying. Um, Anything else to tell y'all? I mean, y'all pray for NJ because he be trying it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I know he's just 2 years old, but he gonna have to learn at some point. To do what he's told the first time, stuff like that. And so y'all be praying for him because I don't know. I just had to keep telling him over and over again because he was doing real good last week with asking. Because I told y'all, right? I was like, he's been asking and when he wants something, whatever case is. But then yesterday, for whatever reason, he kept trying to grab little stuff. He climb up stuff to get the chips, opening up bread and all this little stuff. It's like, what are you doing? Like, what? So pray for him, y'all. Pray for him. Pray for him. You're gonna be a little time out all day. I'm just telling you. But yeah, I was trying to get him because he's spending too much time. He keep trying to ask for my computer and stuff like that. And so I was trying to like do some more little tasks with him yesterday. I was like, let's go outside, let's do some little music and whatnot. Let's do some little instrument play and dancing and stuff like that. Let's do something a little different today. Let's not be just sit here trying to get on my computer. Get some computer, please have some pewter. It's like, no, you're not gonna be on the computer today. No. But anywho, that's it, y'all. That's all this was going on yesterday. Not too many plans for today. Oh well, darn, I forgot. Okay, yeah, there's some stuff I'm supposed to be doing today. Okay. Well, thank you, Lord, for reminding me. Okay, so yeah, there's a couple of things I'm supposed to do today. So yeah, I gotta figure out what time I want to do some of that. But anyway, all right. Well, with that being said, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to sleep because that be my whole thing. I don't end up going back to sleep when I'm up. But anywho, I'm gonna stop talking now. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Shade Tree, you're a trooper, man. You're the real MVP. Thank you for tuning in to your girl live. And everybody have a wonderful day. Bye.